Hey everybody, good morning and happy Monday. I'm Beth Caldwell, and today I'm going to share some tips with you on what we call in the coaching world buffering. You may know it as procrastination, self-sabotage, getting in my own way. These might be the terms that you use for what we call buffering. And how you'll recognize buffering is how I see it in myself and my clients. When you're about to do something bigger than you've ever done before or for the first time, you get a little bit uncomfortable, and so you distract yourself with something else to keep you very, very busy. So for example, for me, I have struggled forever with writing websites and putting out new websites and putting out new content. And you can always tell whenever I'm doing a new website, because suddenly I become very interested in a television program on Netflix that, was out 20 years ago, and suddenly I want to watch seasons of it. Or you might see me cleaning the basement. The only time you see me cleaning the basement is whenever I have a chapter due to my editor, right? Recently, I had a chapter due for my new book, and it was on a topic that made me a little bit uncomfortable. And I was wondering if I was the right person to give advice to. And I thought, oh, I have a great idea. Let me organize Brian and Kevin's elementary school pictures. Because I've let that go for 15 years, so now would be a good time to do it. Have you ever caught yourself doing something like that? Have you ever caught yourself getting up and starting your day or starting your week and wanting to get something accomplished, and then getting yourself distracted with a project or a program on Netflix that you wind up binge watching, and 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 hours have gone by and you don't get your project done? And it's kind of like, oh, well, I guess I'll start that tomorrow or next week or next month. So if buffering, procrastination, delaying, getting in your own way, self-sabotage is something that you struggle with, let me give you 2 tips on how you can overcome this. Number 1, recognize that you're buffering. Recognize that you're practicing some kind of avoidance. So the first time that you spend a day or a week or a month distracting yourself, and you go, wow, I must have felt uncomfortable about doing that website or writing that book or getting that photo shoot, whatever it was that was making you uncomfortable, asking for that promotion, right? And isn't it interesting that I distracted myself by doing that activity? So you see how I said that? I didn't say, oh, I can't believe I did that again. I'm so stupid. I'm so silly. I can't believe it. I should have. I didn't. I'm terrible, right? We don't talk like that. Isn't that interesting that I avoided that situation, even though that's something that I really wanted? So number 1 tip for you is to just recognize that you're buffering. And the next time that you start down the road of procrastination, hopefully you'll catch yourself before you've wasted too much time. And what I will do when I catch myself having the tendency, really, who wants to clean the basement? When I see myself having the urge to clean the basement or organize my photography, then I will say, oh, you have something important to do, don't you? So you're looking for a way to get out of it. Okay, here's this. How about you finish this part, finish chapter 3, get that to your editor, and then we can go and watch that program on Netflix, or then we can go and clean the basement. But let's do that. So tip number 1 is recognize that you're buffering. Tip number 2, get structured on your schedule. This has been really helpful to me. I structure my days in 2-hour increments. So if I'm working on a full day, if I'm working 8 to 5, say, I'm going to schedule my day 8 to 10, give myself a break, and then maybe 10:30 to 12:30. And during those times, I have something to accomplish, not something to do. It doesn't say work on your website. It says find 15 photos for your website, or write the about page of your website, or set up the newsletter code for your website, right? So I will have 1 or 2 of those activities in my 2-hour window to get accomplished. Then I have a break, then I have another 2-hour window where I have something to accomplish. And then I know that another break is coming, okay? So number 1, recognize that you have the tendency to buffer, and that's normal. And number two, get structured with your schedule so that you really don't have the tendency to get off track. I hope that those tips are helpful for you. If you give them a try, let me know. And I'll see you next week for Monday Morning Mastermind, where I share tips for women who want to be successful in both life and business, because you know what? As women, we just don't separate the two. Have a great week. Bye-bye.